Madam
Just want to
Merkaba.
relax with
Madam
you.
Merkaba.
Chill,
Madam
keep it real
Merkaba.
sweet. That's really all I want to do. Can we talk? Let's talk. Relax, let your hair down, and just really, really enjoy each other's company. I enjoy being here with you, and I hope you feel the same way too. Can we do that? Madam Merkaba.
Bam, honey. Yes, girl. Boy, bruh, sis. How you doing? How you doing? Girl. Y'all, honey. Girl, listen. It's a little warm today. And listen, when I tell y'all, okay, meditation, okay, we're just gonna speed y'all up on a little bit of stuff. So of course, y'all, I'm always doing something, right? I'm always doing something because I'm always thinking, right? That's the sign, that's one of the qualities of an air sign. We're always thinking, we're always, strategizing something. And then being an Aries lunar does not help because we're always working out a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, a E, a F, a G, a H, all that good shit. So, you know, alignment wise, energetic wise, I'm prone to have anxiety and extreme worrying. And I do want to talk about that because, of course, I think a lot of people don't understand what's the difference between anxiety and extreme worrying, or we'll say someone who is someone who worries. Because, of course, anxiety and worrying could be the same thing, but anxiety is more of an extreme. Like you literally feel it in your body, like it's a physical toll to where you have a breakdown, right? You become either emotionally exhausted, physically exhausted, and you just become downright, I would say, lazy in a sense, right? Because you're like, listen, I don't want to do anything that makes me feel overwhelmed. So it's a constant feeling of being overwhelmed. So what I've been doing for the past few days is I've been literally meditating and allowing things, get back into my old ways, 2016, 2017 me, meditating, hour, 2 hours a day, twice a day, and really just letting go and focusing only on that moment, not thinking about anyone else or anything else. And I do want to tell y'all this because, of course, clinically, okay, this is not just me saying this, right? A lot of people are like, I have anxiety. Well, everybody have anxiety, but we're talking about clinically diagnosed. We're talking about going to a psychologist, a therapist, a counselor, and them telling you that you have anxiety, right? And hypochondria could be a form of anxiety, but literally people, and these are just some examples of anxiety. People who have anxiety, um, a lot of clutter. You hold on to things that really does not serve you, physical stuff. And even, you have your days. Some days you're like, listen, I want to clean up. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to, throw this away, do this. And then there's some days where you're just like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow turns into the next day, then the next day, the next day, then the next day, the next day, and it just keeps going. So this is something that, like I said, it's an ongoing thing, and this is one of the reasons why I see my therapist, and also why my dogs are here, because my dogs really do calm me down. Okay, I think about a lot of stuff all the time, and of course, going into trauma for me, my trauma was not, you know, abusive. My trauma was nothing outside of head trauma. We talked about this before. 9 years old, I was in a accident, 9 and 12 actually, but 9 years old was the severe one where I was literally knocked unconscious. I was hit by a car while I was on a bike. And so either way, people who have that type of damage, and it was no brain damage or any of that, but they tend to have some type of issue. And the issue, once again, goes into anxiety, extreme worry, and feeling like, what's going to happen when I'm not in control of things. And of course, no, me being, gender dysphoric has nothing to do with that trauma because girl, I was born intersex. Okay. So this has always been my story. But either way, like I said, not wanting to clean up all the time. And I know people that will be like, I have anxiety, but I'm like, no, you don't. Your anxiety is worrying. You don't have anxiety. You're like your worrying turns into anxiety, but you do not have what we call actual anxiety, clinically diagnosed anxiety. Because I know people that claim to have anxiety and they love to keep their house clean. Now, unless of course, and they love to keep everything. When I say like y'all, not just clean, they like to like no shade. They like to like minimize everything. They like to throw shit out, and and I'm just like that's not anxiety. That's not anxiety, honey. Like maybe you can have anxiety with OCD, but I'm like, no, going into science, like someone who has anxiety don't want to drink because we think that we're going to get liver disease. We don't want to drink because we think that our fucking kidneys are going to bleed. We don't want to fucking smoke. And this is just being realistic. We don't want to smoke because like, baby, I don't want to go out with fucking lung cancer. I don't want to go out with fucking my brain drying the fuck out and getting fucking dementia. And like I said, these are just examples of that. So when people are like, I have anxiety, but it's like worrying and anxiety is two different things. And of course, the only way you really have anxiety is to a doctor. A lot of times I get overwhelmed. And I told y'all this, I learned to, stay grounded, stay focused and accomplish my daily tasks and activities. I try not to do multiple things in one period of time. Me going to multiple stores, me dealing with multiple people, within a 24-hour period, I just don't do that. Going even to conversations with people, family and friends. Not only am I somebody who suffers from anxiety, and I do not take medicine for it, my natural remedy for it is, of course, is meditation, eating healthy, exercising, and keeping my mind from going into that zone. I have very good discipline for self. But when I talk to like family and friends, a lot of them could trigger that anxiety because of course they'll talk about things that you're thinking about, right? Like because you care about your loved ones, you care about your friends and family and their safety and all this other good stuff. So they'll have you in that in a in an episode where you're feeling fine and you get on the phone with them and they're like, you girl, this is going on, that's going on. And you just start thinking about that, right? And just like, fuck. So I even, like I said, I don't deal with a lot of people. I don't deal with people every day unless it is business related, because I know that things have to be done. And this is not a disability. This is not an end of life. This is just a condition, right? Just like people who are nail biters, right? People who like to switch up their hair every so often, whatever, however, that is a condition. That's not a disability. So I still am functioning. But either way, I just want to share that with y'all because that's something I was thinking about today of how, I've just been managing my anxiety a lot more and, getting outside of self, staying within self, telling myself, don't think about that. Don't go into that. And none of this is, I mean, if I was to tell y'all what I'd be thinking about, you're going to say, bitch, that's not really important. It's not. It's not, because everything is good. But once again, you have anxiety, you just think to where you become exhausted. And then when you're not thinking about those things, you have so much energy. And I just got a lot done. Especially the past few weeks, I've been getting a lot done. But this week for sure, I've been getting a lot done, honey. Okay, I'm quite proud of myself. So anyway, let's jump into it. So of course, that was just a little side note, honey. If you feel like you might have anxiety, reach out to a professional. You can also always send me an email, and there's apps out there as well as I can, there's an actual forum out there that I found years ago where they actually give you a list of all the therapists, whether they're in person or online, and they'll help you with your type of condition, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of them work based on what they call a payment scale. So what you can afford, they're willing to work with you on that, cut down the sessions, et cetera, however, whatever. But like I said, I did want to share that because a lot of people be like, I have anxiety. And I'm like, baby, that's not anxiety. And I'm not saying like I feel like they're mimicking, but it's almost like, honey. It's almost like, honey. Yeah. Honey, hey, leave her alone. And they was trying to hunt Bella. So anyway, Bella, okay. Baby, leave her the fuck alone. See, I gotta cuss out Anubis, and then he'll be like, "What? Who? Yeah, leave my baby alone. Come on here, baby. He trying to hump you. He ain't getting at my baby. This is my daughter. Leave my daughter alone. Leave her alone." Anyway, y'all, so I've been getting a lot of emails. I would say probably this will make me want to do the Lucky 33 tea. And it's just an idea because, of course, I know a lot of you do not want to work in groups of people because, of course, a privacy thing, issues, whatever. However, some people, they have a busy schedule. So they're like, listen, I cannot, set up a time frame. Things cannot be, in a schedule form. It has to just be whenever, however. So I want to work with you individually. I understand that. So we're just going to throw this out here because, of course, the new moon is May the 19th, which I believe is next Friday. And, there is a cycle of energy. And, of course, we'll get more into this, and I'll give myself until Friday to actually say we're going to go ahead and do it. I'm just, wanting y'all feedback. So in this thing I want to do, and I want it to be like a group, what is it? Group me. That type of thing where we can text, we can talk, we can see each other. You have to, only certain people could get in there because you got to have a password to enter, also the good stuff. But I want to go over many, many things. So people have been hitting me up about, moving. We've been doing work on moving. We've been doing work on finances, budgeting. People have been asking me about budgeting. Like, how would I, turn 50 cents into $1, right? And people don't think it's possible, but it is possible. Even going into, inflation and stuff. I guess this is a pro, a pro of being, somebody who thinks a lot. Okay. Because thinking is not the issue. Once again, it's not the issue. It's going into the constant thinking and thinking. Like sometimes I'll be in a thought for like 6 hours, y'all. And it's crazy to even think about that. But I will be in a thought, right? And I will just talk about this fucking thought for 6 fucking hours. Like a good example, me, once again, coming from a family where baby, they shoot first, ask questions later, or they pop you in your face and they ask questions later. I did not want to be that type of person, right? I said, baby, yeah, let me work it out another way. So I have to like talk myself out of getting disrespectful to people and not disrespectful, but more so because you came at me first. And baby, my first reaction is to eliminate you because I'm thinking in my mind, like, baby, I am who I am and you are who you are. All you got to do is say that there was some type of trickery going on and baby, it's a done deal. You get free. Okay. So that's just what I think about. Anyway, so I will have this conversation with a sister and I'll be like, girl, I can't believe this lady literally said that to me. Or I can't believe this motherfucker really did this and da 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 da. And girl, just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And bitch, it'll be 6 hours, y'all. We'll be talking or we'll be texting because I'll be having a long conversation with my sisters sometimes. We'll be, honey, having a 4-hour conversation. I'll just be bringing it up the whole fucking time. And then after it's done, I'm like, why was I talking about that for that long? But anyway, so going into this, we've done a lot of work on that this year. And I said, this would be very interesting to put together some type of realistic goal individually, but collectively. And like I said, this is just an idea. And of course, I would love y'all feedback through an email, comment on the video, whoever, if you made it this far down. I'm even going to probably put a community post to do like a poll. So basically in this group, it'll be a 90-day cycle. Each cycle will be 30 days, right? May 19th to August 19th, realistically. And there will be a division, right? So either it will be a monetary amount that you're trying to manifest, or it will be a goal to manifest something. So maybe you're like, I'm not trying to manifest a certain amount, but I am trying to manifest a new car and my, something that's going on, I'm keeping getting denied and blah, 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 blah. Because your credit could be good. A lot of people think because your credit is good that you're not going to get denied, but your credit could be good. But a lot of these places like CarMax and stuff, they have really, really advanced systems where they can see a lot of stuff, honey. Okay. Hello. They can see a lot of stuff. They can go back like 7 years, 8 years on your credit report. So just because you fixed your credit recently, I mean, they're going to say, yeah, we trust you, because they're going to go back and say, wait a minute. But it's shown right here 7 years ago, this bitch owed this amount of money, and somehow the way it got wiped away. And then that's going to trigger them. So anyway, so you're trying to manifest that. Maybe you're trying to buy a house and you just cannot, buy the house for whatever reason. It could be many reasons for that. Even going into selling a home. Maybe you're trying to sell a home or rent a home and the energy is not working out. Maybe you're trying to find a new job. And of course, that gets a little oxymoron for me. I will hope that people are not just unemployed and just have no stream of income coming in. Because that just wouldn't, I don't know. That's just not a good idea. Even though you don't have a consistent job, there should still be something that you're doing in 2023. They have so many options out there for you to get by to make it happen. I told you I did Postmates years ago, girl. I needed to repair my car, girl. I needed $10,000 very quickly. And because, once again, I have anxiety, bitch. I said, fuck that. I need that money ASAP, bitch. So baby, we did it. We did it in a little as 2 weeks. So anyway. So that is that. That will be the first 30 days. And then the people who are wanting to go further and even get more, that would be the next level up. That would be the 60 day. And then the people who want to go even further than that, that'll be the 90 days. So realistically, it'd be like 3,300. I think that's a very reasonable goal, regardless of where you're at in, the South and the North and the East and the West and another country. I think that $3,300 is a very realistic goal to manifest in 30 days. Honestly, like, girl, I can share so many ideas. I can, break down to, ask you what exactly you got going on, what you're spending your money on, and you'll be so fucking amazed. Can we talk about it? Bitch, when I used to go to Starbucks all the time and eating out, going to Jack in the Box 3 or 4 times a day, girl, Julia tell you, girl, going to Jack in the Box and Wendy 3 or 4 times a day, and then I'd be like, okay, honey, I gotta hustle because I gotta pay this, I gotta pay that. Realistically, looking back, I'm like, fuck, I was spending $500 a week on Starbucks and eating out. It's like, fuck, that's $2,000 a month. So me not spending that money or minimizing what I'm spending, right? Because you don't just go cold turkey, will actually allow me to put up at least half of that, which will put me in a more realistic goal. So anyway, mind frame 2. So, like I said, that's that. And then, of course, going into the 60 day would be realistically 6,600. Okay. And then going into the next cycle will be 9,900. Now, of course, some people could accomplish more than that. I'm one of those people. No tea, no shade. Hello. Realistically, maybe you're like, listen, I want to turn the 3,300 into 9,900. I want to turn the 99 into 19,900. Like I said, there's so many plans out here. There's people out here, once again, I'm learning to mind my motherfucking business, okay? There's people out here that realistically, they came across, they had financial problems, they had issues coming through, and I always tell people, I'm not one of those girls that you're going to reach out to and borrow money from, because, I'm my own safety net, no shade, and when I needed shit, bitch, somebody was there for me, honey. So, bitch, everything I motherfucking got was either given to me because I earned people respect and motherfucking support, or, bitch, I motherfucking stay my ass up and I work my motherfucking ass off to motherfucking get it. So I can show you how to get it, but I'm not going to motherfucking give it to you. And that's my slogan. So, like I said, there's so many stuff out there. Like, I have literally binders of stuff, y'all. Okay? Binders. I call it my money box. Of realistically for you to achieve goals, regardless of what your income is. And a lot of my people who I do workings with they're very much working people. So I think that this is a good idea because, of course, for me to offer this right now, because like I said, a lot of people have hit me up for something with finances, something with opening the roads, manifesting, not just, love. This year, most of the work has been protection and it's been money. And of course, you have your reasons why, because things have been, thrown out of whack. But like I even was sharing with a sister yesterday, there's so many secrets out there. Like people were complaining about eggs and I just was like, girl, what type of reality am I living in? That's how I be like, the Mandela effect is real, because I'm like, that's not my reality. Like if people are like, girl, the stores are selling out and Walmart is not, there's nothing in Walmart. I'm like, baby, I live in a place where there's almost 1 million people here. Okay. Almost 1 million people here. We have multiple Walmarts here. Girl, there was nothing disappearing off the motherfucking shelves. Can we talk about it? There was nothing disappearing off no shelves. And these stores be packed, girl, where you have to park at the end of the park lot, which I don't mind because I want to get my steps in anyway. But you got to park at the end of the fucking park lot just to get in. So I'm like, girl, I don't know if that's a Mandela effect. I don't know if, once again, I believe that your environment, feeds you and you feed your environment. We're always exchanging energy and codes with our environment. So the mindset is success, then the environment becomes successful. I believe that. If the mindset is in poverty or impoverishment, and you're like, oh my God, it's not enough, it's the how's this gonna happen? Then of course you're gonna always have that type of issue, because I learned that money is motherfucking energy, right? And money buy things. So money is the gateway to things. And if you get the energy right with money, then things start to come in unexpectedly too. Not even thinking about that, unexpectedly. So like I said, I want to do this. And of course, those are just the standards: 3,300 the first 30 days, 600 the 60 day, 9,900 for the 30 day. And of course, individually, if you're like, listen, I want to go above and beyond that, you can. Each person that joined this, and like I said, these are just ideas right now until I lock it in by Friday, because I want y'all feedback. Each individual person is going to reach out to me and tell me what are their goals, what are they trying to accomplish. We will have a consultation, initially, 10 or 15 minutes, because, girl, I don't know, I don't know how many of you are going to sign up for it, and it's just about getting the information out there. So like I said, 15 minutes will be, good enough. You kind of go over your background of, what exactly you're trying to accomplish. I ask some questions, and of course they're simple questions, but realistic questions. And then based off of that, we can determine how you should do this. Now, of course, if you're somebody that's saying, I only want to do it for the 30 days and to see how it goes, I feel like you're putting obstacles in front of yourself, because I think that before you set out to do anything, whether it is, there's so many rules I'm going to share with y'all. There's so many rules I'm going to share with y'all that could be applied in all areas of life, right? Like, people always tell me I'm a quick learner, blah, 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 which I am. But it's because there's a rule that I learned at 13 years old by one of my teachers that I've always practiced. And I never forgot this rule. And it's worked for everything. It's worked in love life. It's worked in, work life. It's worked in private, whatever, however, relationships with people, it's worked. And so, like I said, yeah, there's so many ideas. And I've been talking about this, y'all, for like 3 weeks. One of my sisters, girl, I was like, I should do this on the full moon. Then they're like, no. And I said, bitch, the 19th is going to be the perfect timing. The 19th is going to be the perfect timing. Anyway, so like I said, if this is something that you guys want to do, definitely let me know. And of course, once we actually lock it in, then of course I will come out and explain more about it, kind of give some examples of what to expect out of this. Of course, if you are consistent with this and you are actually being involved with this, then you're going to see success. When numbers come together, you're going to see what they say: when two or more comes in the name, that's where power is. And it's not just in the religious standards. It's for everything. When two or more comes together in the idea of manifesting a better life, it happens. This is why, once again, when you go into nice neighborhoods, they call it the suburbs. I'm like, girl, I don't even know if my city has suburbs, because you'll have a nice wealthy city or a nice wealthy street or two streets, and then the street back girls to fucking hood. They tell you don't go there past 7:00, and I'm just like, how the fuck? And they'll have signs up too, bitch, that'll be like, no smoking reefer down this walk path. I'm like, what the fuck? Because on this side of the street is the hood people, and on this side, but like I said, we all work together, girl. There's no disrespect unless you get out of the motherfucking line. See, that's the type of shit I like. I like that mafia type of mentality. You respect your boundaries. We respect our boundaries. We don't give a fuck who you are. You could be gay, straight. You come out with bananas on your fucking face. We don't give a fuck about none of that. Just stay in your own motherfucking lane. We stay in our motherfucking. See, that's how I motherfucking like. I like that shit. I love my city. Okay. But anyway, going into that, when you go into these suburbs or these areas, you can feel like people take pride in their home and their property, right? You could tell. When you go to like the hood, you're like, I don't get pride. I don't get like what they call this hood rich. I'm just like, that shit ain't real. First of all, whatever's in the mind, you will manifest. So if you're in the hood, and I knew people like this, one of the guys' name was Adontis from the Bay Area. That's all we're gonna say. I didn't want to say his name right now, but anyway, just slipped out. Adontis. There was a guy named Adontis that I knew back in the day from the Bay Area, and Adontis was a very put together, successful black man. At least that's what I thought. But he was from, the most ghettoest part of the Bay Area. We won't go into that because people might know who the fuck I'm talking about. But he was so put together, and he was like, listen, like, I see what you're doing, because of course at this time, my gay mother was like, girl, we're going to mold you into being this and that, da. But he's like, I don't see you being that. I see you being this way. So anyway, he was kind of like my little coach, y'all. Like, he taught me how to walk in heels and all that good shit, y'all. Like, girl, when I say walk in heels, like, bitch, I forget I got fucking heels on. So he taught me all that. And either way, we did things together. But listen, this motherfucker lived in the hood. When I tell you, he was like, we need to go there before it gets dark. And we need to come out when the sun comes up. When it's nighttime, we're going to keep the windows closed. We're going to keep the blinds closed. Bitch, that type of shit. And literally, y'all, you saw glass all in the streets. You had one street light on at the end of the street. When I say the end, like 5 fucking blocks down. Either way, the inside of the house was very nice. Very nice. Very, very put together. He was a good designer. But the outside of the house, it was like, fuck, bitch. And he's like, well, that's what I want people to think. I want people to think that, I'm this and I'm that, but I'm really put together. Make a long story short, y'all. I started to think about it. Like, I was just like, that doesn't sound right, though. Right? Because going into the law of attraction shit, and this was literally before the law of attraction came out. But of course, the book and stuff been out way before the movie came out. So I'm just like, that doesn't sound right, though. Because, of course, if your mindset is to have more money and to be more successful, then you will gravitate towards that. There's something that's blocking that. So he ended up moving to Stockton. And he lived on the outskirts of Stockton. I was like so happy. He ended up moving one of his cousins who moved down here, or moved to California from Alabama or something, somewhere in the South, Atlanta or Alabama, one of them. So he ended up moving with her in these like little tiny ass condos. And I'm like, okay, he's manifesting. But what happened was he got a job, and something happened at this job. And I guess they do background checks. And I think it also connected him to the source of how he was doing his thing. Baby, he got locked up. He lied and told me that he got locked up because he wanted me to bail his ass out. And I said, honey, I ain't got it. Bitch, at that time, girl, I definitely didn't have it. I was like, baby, girl, but I got rent to pay. He's like, well, I'll pay you back. You don't got to pay your rent. You just come and get me out. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. Fuck I look like. Anyway, so come to find out was I asked someone else to look into it. And they were like, let's look up what he got arrested for, because I didn't know about any of that. And they was like, girl, he went in there for fraud and embezzlement. And I said, wait, but how is that possible? When he was and they were like, yeah, right here. These are the charges. You look up the codes. And literally looked it up, and I gagged and I said, oh my God. And y'all, he was in jail for a long time too, like a long time. He might still be in jail. He still might be there. He might be in prison right now still. But I said, girl, see, that make a lot of sense. So you were doing that sneaky ass, conniving ass shit like another roommate I knew what was doing. They were working at motherfucking McDonald's, and people were paying with motherfucking, no. They were working at McDonald's. Just a little quick story, y'all. I'm going to be done. Okay, because it's about to be peak hour. Okay, girl, it's about to be peak hour, girl, and they're giving away points for saving electricity, girl. There's an app that you could download, y'all, if you're in the state of California, and PG&E is your electrical company, girl. They pay you to motherfucking save electricity, baby, especially when it's fucking hot. Hello? So anyway, girl, I lived with these people, and they would get paid through check form from McDonald's. Now, this is some scandalous ass, conniving ass shit. And it always intrigued me because this person's dad was a military sergeant, and his mother was a military nurse. So he came from money. So it always amazed me how this motherfucker was such a con artist. Like looking back on, I was like, how the fuck did he get into this? So anyway, this motherfucker and his group of friends, they all came from different parts. One of them came from Texas. Shout out to Texas girl. What was it? Bell, Texas. I think it was called Belton or Bell, Texas. And the other girl came from Wyoming girl. And she ended up going to UOP in Northern California girl. What is it? University of Pacific girl to do dental whatever. Girl, they end up working together and they all end up figuring out how to take the routing and account number off of McDonald's checks. Girl, this is the shady ass shit, y'all. And they figured out how to basically wire money into their account. So I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, they got good positions at McDonald's. I'm trying to get a job at McDonald's too. And they were like, no, no, yeah, we're not hiring, blah, 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 blah. Now, y'all, that's how I knew stuff was fucking funny because I said, bitch, McDonald's was always hiring. And how's it that, bitch, y'all over here getting paid this money, but over there, they not getting paid that money. People are like, yeah, we don't get paid. So then somebody's like, well, maybe because this McDonald's is owned by somebody else different. I'm like, oh, you're right. Okay, I let it go. Girl, they motherfucker was starting to like get like crack fiends, right? Like, we'll pay off your credit card. I had a Macy's credit card at that time. We'll pay off your credit card with your Macy's. We'll pay off your credit card if you give us $150 right now. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, $150 to pay off my Macy's credit card was $1,700 at that time. I was like, wait a minute. This was like some weird shit. So I told him I'm gonna think about it, right? Because something wasn't right in my spirit. And that's why I keep saying, when you connected to God, honey, when you're a chosen one, girl, when people are doing some fraudulent ass shit, bitch, you're like, I don't want no part of that. Honey, I don't want no part of that, baby. You ain't blocking my blessing. And I'm still that fucking way, bitch. You ain't blocking my motherfucking blessing because you never know, I never know. Hello? You ain't blocking my shit, bro. Honey, when I tell you that someone's like, no. So one of my people was like, listen, pay your Macy's credit card, but you're going to pay it off in increments. You call the number, they'll let you pay off the money in increments because I always thought that you had to pay off the full amount on the card. And I was really, really stressing about that before I knew that you could make payments on the card. Even though it did say the minimum payment was due, I was like, damn, I got to pay off this whole balance. But they were like, no, you can make increments. Even though the minimum payment is $25, you could do $200, every time you get paid, whatever. So I was like, okay. So girl was like, yeah, I'm not going to go through with it. So I don't know what happened, but that pissed them the fuck off. But girl, they started ordering shit, y'all. FedEx was coming in, delivering packages of shoes and shit, girl. Jordans and shit and bed frames. And I was like, girl, the fuck? And there was a furniture company that I had to Google, girl, where they sell like $15,000 beds and fucking $3,000 pillows and shit. I was like, what the fuck? And what kind of money these people got to be there? Bitch, I'm like, girl, let me hold something. Let me hold a little piece of something. And that's when I got a little bit of like, God, I deserve a good life. And then surely after this, that's when I met my man, honey. The MMA fighter, girl, the first one. How? Anyway, girl, see, I was thinking about it, girl. I was thinking. And Spirit said, we're going to line you up with this type of energy and you're going to get this motherfucking dick. And bitch, I got the dick and anyway. So anyway, y'all. So I was like, something is fishy, girl. Coming to find out, that's what they were doing. Because, of course, I was like, I had nothing to do with it. Of course, usually when people get arrested and stuff and people get caught up in some shit, if they're watching, if the feds are watching, because that's a federal case, everybody gets pulled in, everybody get questioned. But the feds are like, no, this bitch had nothing to do with anything. We've been watching. This bitch the innocent bystander. And I was fucking scared too, bitch. I think I pissed and shit on myself, girl. The first time in a long time, bitch. I said, shit. I'm like, girl, this is scary. But anyway, they broke it down. They were like, yeah, these people did A, B, C, D, E, and I was like, that's some weird ass shit. So going into that, now, of course, they motherfucking ass went to motherfucking prison too. One of them only did 5 years though. And the other motherfuckers did fucking 15. And I think the other one did 7 or something. The 15 is still in there. So he probably did more than 15. No, that's 15. Let me see. Yeah, actually, yeah, 15 will be coming up. Actually, yeah. 15 is actually coming up, honey. So anyway, bitch, when I tell you that I said, girl, this is the fishy fish of the fishy fish. People be out here acting like they manifest and they really not. And that's when I say, girl, it must happen on a basic level because these are basic people I knew, right? But when I started coming into the realm of the spirit, oh, come on in here, and I started making this basic ass YouTube channel because that's what people say it's basic, and I only have like 500 followers, and it doesn't really matter because my clientele roster supersedes that. So whether it's 500 followers or not, girl, what type of clientele do you have? Hello. Anyway, minding my business. So when I stepped into the realm of the spirit and people started watching who I had no idea was watching and connecting, and I was like, girl, people are catfishing me because there's no way this person will be hitting me up for work. Then they were telling me the fraudulent shit that motherfuckers was doing. And I was like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me when this motherfucker wait, hell no. And then, girl, it started getting exposed. Then you had some celebrity stories coming out after that, y'all. This is 2012 and shit. People started breaking it down to me. 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. People started breaking down to me. And we didn't start seeing the scandals until the pandemic was about to hit. And a lot of people got exposed for some scandals, including, Blac Chyna. And I'm just like, girl, the words, anyway, like my business. So I'm just like, girl, I'm like, this is crazy. So that's when I started stepping down and started saying, so when you see people with all this shit, girl, don't think that fat meat ain't motherfucking greasy. When you see people out there talking about that they got the money and this and that and they got all these followers, that don't mean a motherfucking thing, girl. Show me that bank statement. Show me that bank account, honey. Because when we do this group, I'm willing to show whatever I need to show, baby, to show you that bitch we doing what we need to do. Hello? And you clearly have to be on this type of level and frequency. I think I'm gonna call the group like collaborator or something. You got to be on this type of frequency to get in on that type of shit anyway. Manifesting. So like I said, we're gonna ask a series of questions before you even come in anyway. Well, like I said, let me know. I want your feedback on that. It was just a little slight side back around, I did a loop, came back around, dropped some T's, kept it moving, and now I'm about to look at the chat. And then I'm going to go. Okay, it says I got 5 comments. Let's do it. Oh, okay, I guess you got to refresh it. Okay, I can't wait till this fucking Mercury retrograde is fucking over, honey. Come on in here, Larry. Yes, honey. Oh, my God, and shout out to my people, too, girl. One of my people's out there. Hey, Medical Wonder. Yes, honey. Medic Wonder, honey. Okay, Medic Wonder reached out and said, I need access to those patio cameras. And let me tell you what the gag is, though. Let me tell you how in tune we are, me and my people. I wasn't even going to, because of course, going into this manifesting thing, there's a fee to come in, clearly, because we're gonna be doing a lot with a lot. I'm gonna be dropping a lot of knowledge, and this is a consistent thing for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. For real. So this is an everyday thing, 24/7, 30 days. Okay. So the amount that Medic Wonder sent over for the cam access is actually the 60-day range pricing the 90-day is the 90-day pricing to join this motherfucking manifesting group. And I said, whoa, honey, I almost dropped my goddamn phone. I almost dropped my motherfucking phone, honey. Right there, my hot and spicy shrimp. Girl, it's really 3:30 right now. Oh my God, I really gotta go, girl. Peak hour's about to start at 4 o'clock, girl. I really gotta go, bitch. It is late up in the motherfucking day. I've been up since 11 o'clock this morning. I've been doing laundry. I scrub my motherfucking tub. I scrub my motherfucking toilet. Shout out to the electrical charge scrubber, girl, that you can stand up and scrub everything. Wipe down my counters. Housekeeping is coming in here on Friday. I don't know why I do that. I need to relax my motherfucking ass. You're paying somebody to come in your house to clean up your motherfucking house, and then I have the audacity to clean up before they come. The fuck up out of here. So I'm like, girl, but it's okay though, because I want to be like, girl, listen, this week we need to go up on the price because, girl, yeah, I didn't like that you had the toothpaste powder on your motherfucking counter like that. Okay. Anyway. We doing great, Larry. How you doing? I've been interested in the demonic magic myself. Oh my God, yes, honey. Well, we actually have that class, and that class has been out for 5 years. Yes, we still definitely got it. Surviving Jamila. Yes, honey. We have a wonderful class on that, honey. Very interesting. Come on there, Grand Madam. How you doing? Yes, honey. Ow. Come on, watch here. Yes, honey. Water, fire. What's that song? It made me think of that song. Firecracker. What song is that? Who sing that song, y'all? When the guy was like, firecracker. Firecracker. Anyway, let me stop. Yes, come on, Lady K. Yes, Lady K. How you doing, Lady K? Yes, honey. They were stealing food at McDonald's. I had that happen to me. No, they were not stealing food at McDonald's. They were stealing money out of McDonald's bank account. That's what they were doing. I don't know. Y'all have to let me know if I talk too fast because I understand what I'm saying. I'm processing what I'm saying. And I feel like I'm saying it, but maybe I'm not saying it. So, yes, they were stealing money out of McDonald's accounts, girl. They were robbing McDonald's, baby. Now, girl, that's a whole nother motherfucking level. Girl, they were using an account and see that's how I write with checks neither. Girl, my bank give me checkbooks. I don't use the checkbooks. That's how I write with checks. So motherfuckers keep your account and routing number. They can duplicate the account and routing number. They can wire money out. You don't know where the fuck the money went because they can't trace all that shit. They be telling you that they can, but they can't. That's why they're coming up with FedNow. Because FedNow, everything's going to be trackable. Bitch, they cannot track down all those fucking wires. That's how people are able to get away with that shit. Watch. Pay attention. Pay attention, bitch. Pay attention, girl. Pay attention, girl. They're some sneaky ass motherfuckers. I was like, girl, what type of shit is that? And they all three came from money. Like I said, one of the guys, and I'm about to blow my nose too, girl. Allergies, girl. Lightweight, not too bad. Thank God for Zyrtec. Not too bad, girl. But anyway, and I pop Zyrtec once a week, and I take this stuff called quercetin, and I drink pineapple. But anyway, they all came from money. The main leader came from military background. The other girl came from oil or something. It was something like that. And then the other one came from real estate. His family is well-known realtors in the whole Texas state. They're one of the biggest realtor agencies of it. So it's like, girl, y'all got money and y'all on some shady ass shit. But that's when I started realizing that, baby, I'm gonna be manifesting because I'm meeting up with people that are shady and messy, but they still have touch through money, right? And not the legal money. I'm talking about when they, coming up, they had access to that money. And me, I didn't have access to money like that. I didn't come from a privileged life. That's like you tell people, I don't give a fuck of what circumstances you're in. Everything is a motherfucking choice. Because I've been in motherfucking situations, girl, even as a motherfucking adult. Girl, I could have did some motherfucking shady ass fucking trifling ass shit where people are like, I can help you out. Oh, girl, this computer about to die, y'all. Girl, this computer about to die, y'all. It's about to die, girl. I gotta go, girl. I gotta go, baby girl. I ain't plugging nothing in. I gotta go. Bye, Lady K. Bye, everybody. I don't write checks me neither. I'm doing good. Yes, honey. I'm at work. Yes, you should not be on here. Right. You should not be. No, you're good. I commented that before you told us that. Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. I'm like, shit, did I not say it? Oh my God. In my head, I did say it. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, love them like y'all. I gotta go. I will definitely come back. Come on, Jezebel. Out, Jezebel. Hey, Jezebel. Anyway, y'all, I will definitely be coming back, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think of that idea. And of course, like I said, I'll be coming back either tomorrow or even Friday, y'all. Love them like y'all. Stay positive, okay? Bye.